Meghan is livid. Harry has met someone who is his age, with whom he is in love, and who is in love with him.
She found it on his phone, and that one private screen allegedly shattered the public fairy tale Prince Harry and Meghan Markle had spent years selling to the world. Not a palace leak, not a tabloid ambush, not a warning from some trembling aide inside Buckingham Palace. According to Lady Colin Campbell, Meghan Markle reportedly discovered that Prince Harry, her husband, the man who abandoned royal duty, Britain, Buckingham Palace, and the British royal family for her, had formed a deep emotional connection with another woman. And the most explosive part is not just the alleged messages. It is who said it, how carefully she said it, and why she appeared completely unafraid of the legal storm that could follow. Because Lady Colin Campbell is not some anonymous gossip account throwing royal rumors into the wind. She is one of the most connected royal biographers alive. A woman who has spent over 3 decades moving between royal access, elite society, public scandal, and the kind of private information most people only hear after the damage has already been done. Her 1992 biography of Princess Diana reached the New York Times bestseller list. She has written 7 unauthorized books on the British royal family, including Meghan and Harry, The Real Story. She has survived lawsuits, threats, attacks, backlash, public rage, and still, somehow, she keeps speaking. That alone changes the temperature of this scandal. Then came the moment that made everyone lean closer. Lady Colin Campbell sat down on a well-known podcast, and before dropping the claim, she used 4 words that sounded less like gossip and more like a legal warning shot: "You cannot sue me." That was not casual language. That was not accidental drama. That was a woman signaling that she had measured the risk, studied the consequences, understood the defamation danger, and still decided to continue. In royal media, that phrase lands like a match in a room full of gasoline because it suggests confidence, protection, or something even more dangerous: receipts. Then she began building the allegation with surgical precision. She said Prince Harry had met someone, a woman his own age, a woman reportedly in love with him. And according to sources she described as having connections at the United States government level, Harry was deeply and genuinely in love right back. But notice the trapdoor hidden in her language. She inserted the word "if." She said she deliberately avoided calling it an affair. Yet she described the shape surrounding an affair so clearly that the room did not need the label. She painted the outline, shaded the corners, and left the audience staring at the picture she refused to name. And then, almost casually, she added the kind of detail that makes a royal scandal stop being a rumor and start becoming a timeline. The mystery woman was allegedly not some stranger from outside Harry's life. She was said to live in or around the Montecito environment, the exclusive California enclave where Harry and Meghan bought their estate after leaving Britain. Montecito is not ordinary California. It is money behind gates, privacy behind hedges, celebrities behind security, and secrets protected by social silence. In a place like that, people do not simply appear by accident. They circulate through invitation, reputation, access, and trust. That is why this detail changes everything. If this woman is from Harry's actual orbit, then this is not framed as a passing encounter at a charity event, a meaningless conversation, or some random name dragged into a headline. Lady Colin Campbell's description suggests someone financially secure, well-connected, socially fluent, and familiar with the world Harry now occupies. Not someone consumed by celebrity, but someone comfortable around power, money, fame, and discretion. That matters, because Harry has always seemed most drawn to people who offer escape from the cage around him. The question now is whether Montecito became another cage, and whether someone else quietly handed him the key. Then came the sentence that made the entire public timeline look suspicious. Nobody knows how long this has been going on. That single uncertainty is the bomb under the floorboards. Because if this alleged connection is recent, it is explosive. But if it began earlier, if it predates the solo appearances, the separate schedules, the cold gaps, the unexplained absences, and the increasingly divided public branding, then the last year suddenly stops looking random. Every separate trip becomes a clue. Every missing photograph becomes evidence of distance. Every carefully curated appearance becomes damage control wearing designer clothes. Over the past 12 months, Harry and Meghan's public lives have looked less like one united partnership and more like two separate operations moving under the same name. Meghan went to Geneva alone. She went to Chicago alone. She attended a museum gala without Harry. She walked a red carpet alone. She appeared at a children's hospital fundraiser, a charity pledge dinner, and a tribute event honoring Tyler Perry without her husband beside her. One tabloid even reported that Harry and Meghan had not been photographed publicly together for more than 40 days. 40 days for a couple who once presented themselves to Oprah Winfrey as inseparable survivors against the world. Meanwhile, Harry kept returning alone to the United Kingdom. No Meghan, no Archie, no Lilibet. Just Harry, stepping back into the country he once described as unsafe for his family. And observers noticed the same uncomfortable thing each time. He looked lighter, more relaxed, more like the Harry people remembered before the lawsuits, before the Netflix cameras, before the Montecito brand machine, before the permanent tension seemed to settle across his face. That observation is dangerous because it cuts beneath press releases. It asks whether the man who claimed to find freedom in California is only starting to breathe when he returns to the place he said he had to escape. And then, Paris happened. In late 2024, Meghan attended Paris Fashion Week and posted footage from the back of a chauffeured car, feet up, filming herself as the city lights passed by. It looked glamorous until observers noticed the apparent route seemed to pass near the Pont de l'Alma tunnel, the place where Princess Diana died in August 1997. Harry's mother. His deepest wound. The tragedy that shaped his life. Meghan's team reportedly said she did not realize where she was. But for a woman married to Diana's son, traveling with planning, handlers, routes, and security, that explanation raised more questions than it answered. The Paris footage did not exist in isolation. It became another piece of a puzzle that many royal observers believed had already been assembling itself for months. Because beneath every glamorous appearance, every solo engagement, every carefully managed headline, another story appeared to be taking shape. Lady Colin Campbell was not asking people to ignore what they had seen. She was asking them to connect it. Suddenly, the 40-day gap without Harry and Meghan appearing together publicly, the repeated separate schedules, and Harry's increasingly frequent returns to Britain looked less like coincidence and more like a sequence. But the biggest clue was still buried much deeper in Harry's own past, long before Meghan Markle entered his life. Before the Oprah Winfrey interview on CBS, watched by approximately 49 million people worldwide in March 2021, before the Netflix documentary Harry and Meghan, before Spare became one of the fastest-selling nonfiction books in publishing history, there was Chelsea Davy. Their relationship lasted nearly 7 years, making it the longest and arguably the most important romance of Harry's early adult life. Chelsea, raised in Zimbabwe, represented something completely different from royal protocol. Friends described her as relaxed, independent, and completely unimpressed by palace traditions. She reportedly gave Harry something Buckingham Palace never could, the feeling of living like an ordinary man. Yet that relationship eventually collapsed, and Harry himself later revealed exactly why. During his legal battles against British tabloids, Harry gave sworn testimony describing how relentless press intrusion destroyed his relationship with Chelsea Davy. He spoke about constant surveillance, newspaper headlines appearing after private arguments, allegations that a tracking device had been found on her car, and the overwhelming paranoia that slowly poisoned trust between them. He repeatedly described the experience as a nightmare. Those words were not written for a memoir or crafted by a ghostwriter. They were spoken under oath inside a courtroom. They revealed a man convinced that constant public scrutiny had already stolen the person he loved once before. Then, history repeated itself through Cressida Bonas. Another serious relationship. Another woman connected to Harry's social circle. Another person who reportedly cared deeply for him, but ultimately chose to walk away rather than become trapped inside the machinery surrounding his royal life. According to numerous accounts, Cressida had watched exactly what happened to Chelsea. She saw photographers, headlines, speculation, constant judgment, and decided the cost of loving Prince Harry simply outweighed the reward. Once again, Harry lost someone because public life consumed private happiness. Then Meghan Markle arrived, and everything changed. Harry made the most extraordinary decision any senior royal had made in modern history. He stepped away from royal duties. He left Britain. He relocated to Montecito, California. The public narrative became crystal clear. Harry had escaped the institution that had destroyed his previous relationships. He had finally chosen love over monarchy, freedom over duty, and privacy over relentless scrutiny. That story became the foundation of the Oprah interview, the Netflix series, countless interviews, and Spare itself. Millions believed they were witnessing a prince finally rewriting the tragic pattern that had haunted his family for generations. But what if he never escaped the pattern at all? This is where the story takes its most uncomfortable turn. Harry may have left Buckingham Palace, but scrutiny did not disappear. It simply changed uniforms. Instead of palace photographers, came Netflix cameras. Instead of royal communications teams, came personal branding teams. Instead of royal engagements, came documentary filming, podcast deals, memoir promotions, Instagram content, and carefully managed public appearances. The surveillance Harry once described as unbearable did not vanish. It became voluntary. The setting changed. The pressure remained. That is why Lady Colin Campbell's allegations landed so powerfully. They did not emerge into an empty conversation. They landed after more than a year of visible separation, public speculation, solo appearances, and growing questions surrounding Harry and Meghan's marriage. For many observers, her comments did not introduce a brand new theory. They appeared to validate suspicions that had already been quietly building beneath the surface. Then, Lady Colin Campbell herself introduced perhaps the most uncomfortable comparison of all: King Charles and Princess Diana. The parallel immediately caught attention because Harry has spent much of his adult life determined not to repeat his parents' history. Charles and Diana married before billions watched. Their marriage gradually fractured under impossible public expectations, incompatible lives, emotional distance, and constant media attention. Eventually, Charles found emotional comfort elsewhere with Camilla Parker Bowles, a relationship that would reshape the monarchy forever. Still, one critical fact remains. Lady Colin Campbell did not claim a confirmed affair. She deliberately avoided that word. She did not publicly identify the alleged woman. She described reported claims from unnamed sources, including sources she characterized as having United States government-level connections. Those claims remain unverified, and neither Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, nor Buckingham Palace has publicly confirmed or responded to them. That distinction matters, even as speculation continues to grow. Yet the larger mystery refuses to disappear. Prince Harry sacrificed his role within the British royal family, left Buckingham Palace, moved Archie and Lilibet to Montecito, walked away from military patronages, accepted years of family division, and reshaped his entire identity in pursuit of a different future. If the reported allegations contain any truth, then the greatest irony may not be the existence of another woman. It may be that Harry traveled thousands of miles to escape the story that defined his parents, only to find himself standing at the edge of another chapter that looks hauntingly familiar. Because somewhere behind the gates of Montecito, beyond the carefully managed interviews, the documentaries, the memoirs, and the headlines, the only people who know the full truth are the two people whose marriage changed the modern monarchy forever. And if the pattern of the past year is pointing towards something much larger, the next revelation may not come from Lady Colin Campbell, a tabloid, or even Buckingham Palace. It may come from a decision that permanently reshapes Prince Harry's future, and this time, there may be no path back.